Recording in progress. All right, so I guess we're recording. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. You want to do the introduction or you want me to? But
hey, go ahead, man. I want you to blow it up.
Right. Well, my name is Ryan Belanger. I'm a arm wrestler along with Donnie, the Irish hand grenade Anderson, and we're kind of just teaming up doing the YouTube channel. Donnie kind of started it a while back. And I have my own too, which I've been slack on. So we both just kind of slacked off and decided to start it back up and kind of team up together. So anyway, we just wanted to discuss a little bit about arm wrestling, maybe upcoming matches, East versus West. Do a little East versus West recap, kind of just to start the channel off. Is there anything
and if anybody has any specific content that they would like to send in or anything specific, like, shoot, send us a comment, send us like a message on Facebook. It doesn't matter. We want to get what people are interested in. And we also want to promote, the up and coming guys and stuff like that as much as we can, help give opportunities. And at the same time, we want to get our names out there and we want to promote ourselves. So,
Right, exactly.
We're super big into helping everybody out. That's the biggest thing of what I've gotten from this entire sport the whole time is I've got to meet you and become good friends and get to know you. And to me, that's better than winning any championship or anything. So we're all about helping everybody. So
yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of people in this sport that kind of fly under the radar that don't get certain recognition that they should, and if we know about you, we'll try our best to
because my thing is like if
promote your name and your brand and all that. So
and if like my thing is like if you love the sport as much as everybody says they love the sport, to me, like, some of these guys can be doing a lot more to help promote themselves. But some people just aren't social media guys. And I don't want to expect people like Wayne Withers to be on social media every day, posting and uploading. He's an old school cat. Like, I just don't see him doing that. But guys like us and people who love the sport, man, like, I feel like it's our job kind of to help get them out there. Because, like, I don't want to go through life not knowing if Wayne could have beat this guy or if this guy could have beat that guy just because they're not on social media. That sucks,
Yeah.
So I feel like as lovers of the sport, and I'm interested in doing promoting too. So I would love to see some of this stuff. So I feel like it's our job to get that out there.
Right. And I mean, the biggest name that I know of that he may be known, and he could be a lot more known, would be like Jerome Loud.
For sure, he's only gets exposure through like other people's videos, and that's just him getting the tournaments. If it wasn't for other people's channels, I mean, other than going to like the rankings and seeing his name, you wouldn't know nothing about him.
Yeah, and that dude's a beast, man. I mean, I've gripped up with left-handed and right-handed, and granted, it's been a while right-handed, and not that I would have anything for him now, but I might. And it'd just be good to get people like that around. And I'm sure there's people in every state, you know what I'm saying? And
Dude, you and I both know, I can count on both hands a bunch of guys who could go overseas and show out a little bit. I'm not saying they could beat some big names, but they would impress a lot of people.
Dude, Shane Owens is one of them. Shane
is ridiculous. Yeah, that guy's insane.
God, man. He came over here to a practice, and we had just pulled at the Joe Rogers tournament.
Yeah,
we only pulled left-handed. He smoked me, and then he came over here, and then we were both kind of sore, you know what I mean, and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that dude's he's a tank, man. And
but Shane's dedication too, man. Like what he's been through. Everybody else would have fucking packed it up. Nope, I'm done. Like
100%. You gotta, dude. He's got heart. He's got it all, you know what I'm saying? I just, I pray for him that he just stays injury free from here on out, and hopefully all his injuries are done. But he's going to make some noise.
Yeah, the sky's the limit for sure, bro. Yeah. With that, it's ridiculous.
He just needs to get out there too. You know what I mean? He's another one that needs to get out there, but
Oh yeah, and I feel like he's finally at that point where he's back comfortable from the
Yeah.
injuries and stuff, and he made a huge push here the last part of the year,
He
going
feels
all this
comfortable.
shit in tournaments and like just
He
making a
feels,
name. I was like,
hey,
damn,
he feels comfortable.
yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? But
He
yeah, I'm
wants
gonna get.
Brandon Allen. He wants Brandon Allen. He said he's got something for Brandon's Kings move.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel
That'd be
like
good
that'd
to
be a
see.
nasty match. I would love to see it.
I would. A match that was supposed to happen with them was you ever heard of Rush Trader?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Him and Shane. I don't know. I don't remember what happened with that match, but that would have been a good one. But
Yeah. See,
Shane, man, he's a tank.
there's a lot of moves to be made out there, man. All these promoters, like there's some stuff to make happen.
Or Desi, like
Yeah, left-handed. Yeah.
yeah. I
Oh,
mean, even his right's good if he's if he's on top of it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I
exactly.
mean, he's
But
great both
honestly,
arms.
lefty, it's a whole nother ball game. Like, yeah, his right is nasty, but that left dude is just
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
I can't mess with it.
It's
And I don't know if you pulled like Ike Ford lately, but he's the last time I pulled him in Gladstone, and
yeah.
he's feeling really good.
I haven't got to put. That's who I've been out of like all because you know it. Y'all are like I got my little group and that like you, Dez, and Ike. Y'all are my boys, man. And out of everybody, Ike is the one I haven't got to pull with him yet, but I know he's made ridiculous
Yeah,
like games since the last time I've seen him. I mean, I've never had nothing for him, but I just know how different. Every time I've practiced with Ike, he was different every time. And
yeah,
it was just ridiculous. Yeah.
oh, yeah. He was doing he's been doing like a little jujitsu and stuff.
I was about
Get
to say, now we got to watch out for his ass to choke us out and shit.
I know.
Yeah. You want to, like, Ike's going to come up to you and be like, you want to roll? I'm like, nah, dude, I'm good. Fuck that.
Yeah, he's too big anyway, man. You don't really want to mess with him. You need like a little bat or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, he reminds me of my uncle. When I was growing up, we used to play basketball with my uncle, and all he used to do was stand underneath the goal and just hold his arms out. And he was just so fucking strong, man. You couldn't you weren't
Right.
getting around his arms. Like you could hang on him, and he was just like, nope. And
Yeah.
Ike reminds me of that. I feel like I would like try to roll with him and like shoot it at him, and he would let me shoot, and it would just be like it'd be like watching me out there try to wrestle a tree.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this guy doing?
He probably just pushed you straight down to the ground.
That's it, bro. And I just tap, like, no, stop.
But anyway, yeah, let's go through some of these East versus West matches. And I wrote them down, so hopefully they're all right.
Yeah, me and Greg came over that night too, because I didn't watch it during the day because he didn't get off till 9. So he came over. But the day before we did like a little match card. And yeah, we took not like a bet, we didn't bet nothing, but we chose who we were gonna win and lose. So
Right, I got you. Yeah, actually, yeah. Whenever we go through them one by one, I'll let you know. I'll tell you who I thought was going to win as well, and then we'll just kind of compare.
oh yeah, awesome. Cool.
But I'll go in order. I'm pretty sure these are in order.
I have
Ryan
to say
Butler.
too that I fucking smoked Greg's ass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
So Greg, I know you're gonna watch this. You got fucking smoked that day.
Ryan Bowen and Zurab, right
Yes.
hand. I had Zurab definitely as the favorite.
I feel stupid.
And well, and it's it's nothing to take away from Ryan, man, but
No,
Zurab,
not at all.
Zurab is just he's a
Yeah,
tank.
I just had no I knew the guy was strong, but I had no idea where. You know what
Right.
at what point is he strong? And that just said a shitload about John too.
Well, he's that type that can lose his hand,
Yeah.
like almost Todd Hutchins style,
Yeah.
And his arm is ridiculous. He's just huge too.
Yeah.
But
It's insane.
yeah, I did think Ryan would take his hand
Yeah.
and maybe get a little bite somewhere.
Yeah. Ryan was good outside of the strap.
Yeah, and usually it's
But
the other way around.
yeah, but in the
Yeah.
strap, yeah, exactly. That's what was so weird about it. Like outside of the strap, like that first go, Ryan, he just looked comfortable, and
Yeah.
he obviously was the one that bailed. And he
Yeah,
got
well,
to the strap, and it was just a whole nother ball game.
yeah, that first slip, man, I was like, oh shoot, we might have a
Yeah.
match.
This might be a
But
little different, yeah.
but I had Zurab on that one. You had Bowen.
Yeah, I had Bowen, man. I would like with the thought in mind that this strength coach, like I don't, he probably wasn't that deep into it, but I was thinking maybe that he had been a lot further along in this strengthening phase of his.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the strength gap was just too much. I mean, he had all the tools and everything. It was a strength gap for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think if he keeps on doing what he's doing, and obviously after that loss to Coach Ray,
Yeah.
has lit a fire, and hopefully this one,
Yeah.
a lot of people hate on Ryan, but I mean, he's done a lot of good for the sport. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
I don't have no problem with him, and
No. I
and
love Ryan. Ryan's one of the first people, other than you and like Dez and stuff. Ryan was the first big time guy that I reached out to, and he responded immediately. He's given me like so much good like advice and just being straightforward with me, especially when I started my YouTube channel. Like there's a lot of people out there who have YouTube channels that would never give you advice and stuff like that, especially when they're successful. They don't want, that's just how people are. They don't want you to come in and be successful or anything.
That's
Ryan
right.
gave me all the advice in the world, told me what he learned from it. And I mean, he's super cool, man.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. The second one is, what is that? Zaranov and Kalinchenko.
Kalinchenko, yeah.
That was
A good fucking match. The
I
first
had
two,
I don't even remember who I picked, honestly, because I don't know either one.
yeah.
But I want to say that I picked the Kalinchenko
Yeah.
guy, and
this was one of those matches that I didn't really know who they were, honestly.
yeah. Well,
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't really either until afterwards.
Yeah.
But the Kalinchenko, man, that guy just busted through Zaranov's top rope, man, and just.
Oh yeah. Well, what Greg told me is this Kalinchenko guy he got injured in 2019 in Moldova, and he's been out ever since. So that I feel like that played a huge role in this, because this was his first big match back, and he dominated the first 2 rounds. I feel like endurance and lack of time back, crushed him in this.
Yeah, that could have been as well. And then the other guy started hooking, right?
Yeah.
So I think the other guy, don't get me, I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's been very successful, like in the WAF championships, and I think he's a world champion.
Yeah, he's been a WAF world champion. I learned all this through Greg. Like I picked Zaranov through default because Greg had Kalinchenko.
Yeah.
And he was right about everything, but we didn't expect the lack of time back in to play such a factor, especially after the first 2 rounds. I was like, oh shit, it's done. And then we literally, like, we started talking about something else as the third match was going, and then I was like, oh shit, 2-1. And then he just died after that. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was a good match, man. And and that's, some of these overseas guys, man, them are some other examples of fly under the radar to us.
Yeah.
That are just 5-time world champion, 5-time, 6-time world champion. It's just like, who?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
It just happens.
And that's another thing. Like guys like me and you, I feel like a lot of like heavyweights and super heavyweights. I mean, it's obvious they get all the attention in every sport. I mean, any sport you go to, that's just how it is. Those are the big boys. We want to see knockouts. We want to see, big shit. Like that's just how it is. But let's be honest. If you go back and look at some of the greatest matches of all times, it's from lighter guys. There are. I mean, don't get me wrong. That the heavyweights are more or less, like, most of the time, the great matches and stuff like that, but the wars and stuff, like the long matches that you're just like, holy shit, how is this happening? Like, come from the lower weight classes. And I just feel like we don't get enough, recognition out there. But Ingen's doing a great job of that. Larry Wills in Core Sports is doing a fantastic job at doing that. Neil, yeah, Neil. Oh my God, Neil Armwrestling is the epitome of getting
Yes.
your name out there, like
Yeah.
giving you opportunity. Yeah. And
Yeah.
with the best content, like you can guarantee that Neil's gonna put out like a banger.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Neil's like the originator, man. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? He's an
like
OG.
don't get me wrong, Ingen's doing a fantastic job and he's an OG too. But
Yeah.
Neil's
Yeah.
been doing this arm war shit. He's been making ridiculous matchups for forever.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I could sit here for the next 4 days and watch fucking old Arm Wars videos. And
I do it time to time, man.
me too. I'll get on a bender and I'm just like, yeah, fuck Arm Wars, click, just go through it all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next one. Alabama Bull, Justin Bishop, and Mindaugas.
That was match of the night for me. Like
Yeah.
arm wrestling wise, like coming from somebody who pulls and like not just a spectator, that was fucking as an arm wrestler, that was you couldn't get more of a damn evenly matched
I agree.
matchup than that.
That
Like
was
it came down like it went down to like the buckle throughout, and Mindaugas was able to do something in the end with the buckle on his side. But man, like it was just like boom, boom. But I will say this, Mindaugas, when he won, when he got his pins, he had to work for it. Every time the buckle was on Mindaugas and Justin got his pin, it was
easy.
convincing. Yeah,
Yeah.
just whoop, boom.
I'd like to I picked Justin. But I'd like them to run it back, man. Maybe in a few months, because Justin really has been active, and and it's just that inactivity, man. I mean, you just even if you do ready goes in practice, it's different.
Yeah, because that was his match. That could have easily went 3-2 Bishop, but I feel like the inactivity maybe, and I really don't even want to talk on. I don't want to say inactive that much because I don't know what he's been doing behind the scenes. It might just not have been on camera, but it's definitely not. It's not been out there. Like we haven't been watching Justin Bishop at tournaments and stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, no doubt he could have been still training and stuff, but I guess inactive from tournaments, I should say.
Exactly. Yeah, but I feel like that had the final say so, man, because it was in his favor. The Mindaugas had the buckle. If it played out the way it had been playing out the whole entire match, that was Justin's.
Yeah.
But that says a lot about Mindaugas, man. That's he's a genius, dude.
Well, he's arguably like the best top roller in the world.
Yeah, he's a genius, and that's when it came down to me. Like Justin was, I wanted Justin to win, man. I love Justin Bishop, but coming from a betting standpoint, I picked Mindaugas because it was just to me he was too technical. I had no doubt in my mind that Justin was going to blow through him round 1 or something like that, maybe even round 2, get up 2-0. But I figured Mindaugas would figure out a way to counter whatever he had going on.
It was definitely a chess match, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was definitely it was a game millimeters probably is just he maybe rose just enough out in the strap or something.
Yeah. And come to think about it, man, I think Mindaugas won that match in round 1 when he laid down instead of fighting.
Yeah.
And maybe trying to add a little wear to Justin's arm in a horrible position. Laying down immediately like that, I think saved him in round 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And was
sure.
able to get Justin. He was able to get Justin just enough outside of his arm.
Yeah.
To beat him a little bit. And then that was it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, this is the one I looked forward to the most. Just because I've pulled him, but Adam Warzinski, Warzone Adam, and Bojidar, man.
Bojidar Semyonov.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah.
You want to talk about somebody
killed him?
Somebody jumping onto the scene?
Yeah. Killed him, man.
Yeah. He just threw his shit on the table, man.
Dude, when that match stopped in the first round, I still wasn't 100% because
Because I
you
know
know,
Bojidar can pull from those crazy fucking positions.
right. But even after the pin,
Yeah.
you know, if you're going for a top roll,
Yeah.
you're obviously, and you can't top roll somebody, and then you go on a hook, you're obviously already in a defensive hook, you know,
Yeah.
where you could have hit and been on top or
Yeah.
something. And being out of position like that and then getting back in the hook, it's not very good.
No.
To,
I
you
knew
know,
it was over round 2 when I saw Bojidar hitting with everything he got, even in those bad positions. And not once did Adam's hand. I mean, it was just stonewall. I mean, I was seeing him hit, and it wasn't even going like this. It was just hit, hit, and I was like, oh man, this is on
yeah,
another level.
yeah, Adam, man, he looked great, dude. And
And what a lot of them guys don't know is because he's not on this. Adam's a big guy, but he's not. He looks way bigger than what he weighs, and
yeah,
his endurance for for as big as he is ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Like when you think Adam's in a war, he's not. Like he's just been sitting there, and then he'll drive, and I'm like, oh shit. Like,
Dude, we pulled a match for 1 minute and 20 seconds. And when we got off the stage or whenever the match stopped, Adam just walked off. And dude, I was seeing like stars and spots and shit, man. I was like, oh my God. I
yeah,
was like, that was my last loss. And I was like, I'm glad I'm
I'm
done. You
done.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he like one of his not even one Superman hair came loose the
Yeah.
whole time. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, Clark Kent, what the hell
He,
happened? I was like,
he just makes it look so easy, man.
yeah,
Yeah. I would like to see maybe him and like a Sasha or
yeah. It's him and
something
Sasha
like that.
have to happen. I was watching Neil and the Fix the other last night or this morning or something, and they said Adam versus Zurab.
Mm, yeah. Adam
Yeah,
would, well, what would they get? What would they do? 95 kg probably.
95. Yeah,
Yeah, Zero would have to come down, and Adam could just sit right there.
yeah. But
Yeah,
they were talking about that being a good match, and I was like, damn, they just like bypassed a bunch of stuff and just said, well, let's Zurab, let's see where
right.
this kid's at. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's awesome for Adam too, because he doesn't like they're just gonna they're flat out wanting to see. That means he put on a good enough showing that they're
yeah,
like, let's see where this kid's at. And
yeah, for sure.
I want to talk about also like how good of a person Adam is, that he thought he was unsportsmanlike, but dude wasn't at all. Like he made a
No,
post on Facebook
yeah,
apologizing, and I'm just like, damn man, can you is there a better fucking guy out there? Is there a better face for the sport than this kid right here? Like,
yeah, yeah. It's
no, but not
very,
one person in the world thought he did anything wrong.
right.
But him being the good dude that he is, like genuinely good dude. And I mean, he has family coming from Pennsylvania to watch him. I mean, the guy has it all. He's the total package. He's got
Yeah,
the support. He's got the look. I mean, he's got it all. I mean, I was talking to Brittany, my wife, and I was like, this is that says a lot about Adam. I was like, I
yeah.
never even thought, not once, that he did anything wrong. I just thought he was answering truthfully and just
I mean,
being,
I actually laughed when he walked off and he said, "This is your world champion." You know,
yeah,
like this is your world champion. Like I was
yeah,
laughing.
yeah.
I was
Because
like,
we
yeah,
all know, man, in that moment, it's like
yeah,
the adrenaline's running so much and testosterone is just flying, and he knows what he's doing. He knows what's happening. It was happening right then in that moment, and it was just he was consuming it, man. He was living in it, and I don't blame the guy at all, man.
no,
Not
no,
one.
not at all. He wasn't
Man,
nowhere near out of line. So,
man, no.
but yeah, I mean, that's great. You know, that's great for South Carolina. That's
Yeah,
great. That's great for the 200-pound guys too,
yeah.
man.
Well,
Because you know,
Chad Silvers is a hell of a coach and athlete. I mean, he's got Carolina Chaos has a bunch of, like, they're stacked.
Yeah.
They're like the Patriots back like when Brady and they won all them Super Bowls and stuff. It's like they got everybody.
Like their worst guy is better than a lot of people's best guy. You know what I mean?
They're
But
putting out champions. Or Chad's got the recipe to success for sure.
but I think I'll be going there Sunday, next Sunday, because they have that practice there once. I remember what it is, once a month or something.
Yeah.
So I'll be going down to that, and it's something maybe you should, you know what I mean, get into.
I need to, man, because I talked to Hunter the last time I was supposed to go there before my match with David Redmond, but you know, Brett passed away. That I found out that morning that Brett passed away, and it hit me hard, man, because like that was one of the guys that I met also that was just super nice the entire time I've met him, and we got kind of close. We actually were planning to Landon, my oldest son, my 12-year-old, he like Landon's different, man. He wants to be a paleontologist. He's into like dinosaur bones and dinosaurs and stuff. And they met at a practice one time, and Brett sat there and talked to my son for 2 hours, man, about dinosaur bones and all this other stuff. And we actually planned to make a trip to Sumter one day to look up megalodon, to dig up megalodon teeth, because they're starting to find a bunch of them out there. Because at one point,
really?
Sumter was like covered in water back in the day.
Yeah. No, I met him. I don't know. I guess you don't really say you meet somebody a couple of times, but I mean, I've met him a couple of times. I've pulled with him at Paul Walther's house.
Yeah,
and
nicest guy in the world, man.
And I think he was at the Georgia Arm Fights too.
Yeah, nicest guy in the world. Freak accident was crazy.
Yeah, man. So,
but that tore me up, dude. And then a couple times before that, I was supposed to go to a practice out there, but it's over an hour and 30 minutes away from me. And you know, like we've had so much change in the past year in our lives that it's just been so hard to get out there.
Right.
So
Understandable.
I need to get out there because that's one of the most beneficial. Like anybody that's watching, if you can get out to Chad Silver's practice, you need to make it out there because they know what they're doing. But don't go too close to a match or anything because you will be banged up.
You will get beat up, that's for sure.
Yeah, they gonna put the work on you.
Yeah, no doubt.
2-piece little biscuit.
Yeah. What's Oleg, or was it Oleg Petrenko? Yeah,
Oleg Petrenko and Zurab left-handed.
Zurab left-handed. That was an easy day.
Easy day for Oleg.
I picked Zurab. I'm just a Zurab fan, man. He's just a beat. You know what I mean?
I like him too. I just I'm familiar with Oleg. That's
Andre Pushkar.
Andre Pushkar's protege. Yeah, his Yep, me and Greg both picked Oleg in that one, and that was an easy left-handed. It was he's nasty left-handed.
Yeah.
I see. I know I don't know how much lighter he is than Morozov, and Morozov's a beast. But I do see maybe him and Morozov potentially pulling left-handed.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Oleg Zalk or whatever that guy's name is the freak guy with the hand. He pulled David Didicon left-handed, and David's bigger than him. But Oleg's so good left-handed that it didn't matter. And I think Oleg's one of them guys, man. I think he's going to end up pulling for that super heavyweight title of the world left-handed.
Yeah, I agree, man. He's disgusting.
Disgusting is right, yeah.
There's the next match is one of my favorite pullers, period. Daniel Propachwick.
I can't say that name.
Propachwick.
Daniel Porcupine.
Yeah, we'll just say Daniel and
David
Samusha.
Yeah.
I picked
faced in his first match.
Yeah.
Like the first East versus
Yeah. I picked Daniel. Daniel was obviously giving up size.
Yeah.
But, and it's not his good arm, you know, it's his left arm, but I still picked him, man. He's one of my favorite pullers to watch. He's smaller than everybody he pulls and just beats him. And you've seen even in the first match, man, he was able to do like that. It wasn't a king's move, but it was just like an open top roll, I guess, and just hold on.
And for him to be so small, I don't see how he holds the way he does. I'm like, it's almost, it's guaranteed. He's like 99.9% gonna win. If that match stops, it's done.
Yeah.
It is done. Every match I've seen of his.
You ever see his training videos?
No, I haven't seen any of his training videos. I'm
Oh
not
man.
gonna lie, man. You're my boy. I think he's a good arm wrestler. I don't like him though.
No?
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I love how he arm wrestles. I just don't like how he like I've just seen a lot of times in like tournaments and stuff that when he pulls, like when he gets splashed and it's an obvious splash, he's like, I'm like, dude, you didn't make it to the straps, and he needs the strap, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a Dallas Langston kind of guy. If he doesn't get to the strap, it's done.
Yeah.
But like, and he just has sometimes when he has a hard time getting to the strap, he like I've seen him walk away and not shake the person's hand and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
because he can't get to the strap, I'm just like, I don't like him. But he is one of the best pullers at his weight, pulling hot bigger people, and the way he pulls, I love the way he pulls. When I
Right.
just saw that the way he did that, like walking away from the table, I'm like, you can be mad at a call, be mad at the rep, but you don't be mad at the puller, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I get a lot of hate for the way I act at the table, but I don't feel like I'm not trying to disrespect the opponent, you know? I just take myself to another level. That's what I have to do as an athlete to compete at my highest level. That's what I have to do, you know? And I'm
Right.
not like threatening anybody and doing, I get a lot of hate for it. And when the match is over, win or lose, even if I feel like it wasn't right, my competitor, like I respect them and I want to shake their hand. You know, I want to be sportsmanlike. And when I saw that, I was just like, it rubbed me wrong. And some people call me like hypocritical and like I contradict myself, and I'm like, I don't feel that way because I don't feel like I'm being disrespectful. Like I've never left the table not shaking my opponent's hand or anything, and I've had my ass handed to me before.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I try to do too is definitely, show the respect towards.
Well, dude, if anybody, when you think of respect on the table, like your name is after the definition of it. Like you and Adam and like guys like y'all, like that's why I'm so lucky too, is because I'm surrounded by guys like you. Like I have no like, if I go down the wrong path of the athlete that I become, it's because I'm a bad person. Like I have nothing but good like role models and guys like to inspire me and I look up to. That you guys are all humble, like great champions. Like any league would be privileged to have somebody like you and Adam to be their champion, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Hopefully one day for me.
Anybody would say that. Anybody would say that. Even
Right.
somebody, I don't know anybody that don't like you, but somebody that don't like you would even say that. But like, I don't like that damn Ryan, but he sure is a nice, humble guy.
Well, how do you not like a nice, humble guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just because they're a bad person.
Right.
The person that doesn't like you is a bad person.
Right. I agree. How about Wagner and Georgie?
Bro, Wagner Wagner needs his own fucking show.
He's a character, man.
He is all like, that's awesome.
It's good to see him back.
A couple times there where I thought he was gonna have a damn heart attack. I was like, he's about to die, bro.
First time I ever seen him pull was when he was pulling. I don't know if you've seen it. You probably have Arm Wars.
The Michael Todd?
When Michael Todd broke his arm or
He looked so young there. He didn't look as mean. He looked like very
nice.
Nice. Yeah. Like now when I look at him, I'm like, bro, you just look like one of them guys that like would take everything you want, like snatch your chain and not he would just look at you and be like, what do you want to do?
Right.
Right. Yeah. But he's so nice. Everybody that talks about him, he's so nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But that was an easy match.
Easy, yeah.
It's good to see him back. I don't think he's ever reached that world level status, on his little, he faced Devin in WAL. He ended up getting a pin on him, but
I think he did good. I think Wagner was a man like of circumstance. He just happened to fall. He just happened to be competing in a time and in a region where, there wasn't a lot of great left-handed pull. Like he's gonna go down as one of the best left-handed pullers of all time, like top 10 maybe. But that's because of his energy and his entertainment factor and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, like Devin put on a show against him. This
Yeah.
guy, like we're starting to realize that maybe, you know, his left, or maybe he's just a little older now, maybe back in the day. But
Yeah, that could be it too.
yeah, but I don't see him hanging like even back in his prime, like guys like Morozov, left-handed. No way. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, even Hermes Gasparini, like left-handed. He's a beast, and he don't even pull left-handed
Right. Yeah.
that much. Like it's crazy.
All right. Next one,
This was my man right here.
the GOAT. You got the GOAT and Petrenko, right?
That was what that was match 7 just now before, right? Bordolato and Zurinov.
Yeah.
Yeah, so match 8. This is Paul Lynn and Irakli.
Oh, I don't even have that one on here.
Yeah,
Nice.
that Irakli Gross. I can't even say that last name.
Yeah, Rackley.
Easy
Lynn.
day for my man Paul Lynn, native of Pennsylvania.
I've talked to him a couple times online as far as like commenting back and forth. And if you comment on one of his YouTube videos, he'll answer it.
Oh, bro, yeah. So Paul is like I said, outside of guys like you and Dez and stuff that I talk to every day, elite level guys, I've talked to Paul the most out of anybody else. He is like since day one, since I started, I've reached out to him because I found out he was a Pennsylvania native, and I was like, hell yeah. And since day one, man, he's been super supportive, feedback. He's always responded, reached out to me. He's been on the channel before. Big shout out to Paul Lynn.
Yeah, I remember.
Super supportive, super positive guy. He's helped share water cut advice, workout advice, program. He sent me programs, a program. I mean,
Water
super.
cut. You ain't got to cut no water, man. Get out of here.
No, it was for somebody. I was getting it for somebody else. Exactly. That's not for you. No, I wish I had those problems, man.
Right.
I want to gain weight so damn bad. Jesus.
Yeah, it's easy for me to gain weight, but
well, it's because it's most of it. Like I compete at 154, but there's only like one 154-pound tournament every year, and that's like the championship for PAF and shit. Everything else is 165, 170. The state rankings for the states they go up to 180, and I'm like, so I can go all the way up to 180 to be ranked in my state, you know, whatever. But some of those same people, I can't even pull. And if I beat them in a tournament, I'm going to be ranked in a whole nother weight class in a different league or something, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So that's another thing. That's another video we need to do is the inconsistency of the fucking rankings. I like the idea of what Corey Miller's trying to do. I just think it's going to take way too long. By the time he gets and who's to say he's going to get all the information? Does somebody know all the damn arm wrestling matches that ever existed?
Right.
You know? Or to what point are they going to go back to, you know?
Well, I guess it's going to be up to the promoters to get him the results. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's people on there who I've smoked, like can't even touch me, not right now. And I'm like, they're ranked like 70 something in there. And I'm like, well, and Anthony Laterio hasn't even sent none of his stuff to, you know, Corey. And that's who I put, like, I'm from the East Coast in South Carolina. I live in South Carolina. So most of the tournaments I've ever been to are PAF tournaments, you know?
Yeah.
And
I don't even think I'm on the list.
I haven't looked at that weight class.
Yeah, I don't even think.
You pulled at some other tournament. You pulled at like out of state tournaments and stuff. I'm almost certain you would be on there.
Yeah, I pulled Alabama States and
I think
I pulled quite a bit that were outside of PAF, but
yeah. So I mean, you should definitely be on there. Like I'll send you the link and stuff if you don't know where. Afterwards. I'm kind of curious now. If you ain't on there, that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
right.
Like, at what point is this going to become a valid source? You know, it's a great idea, and it's gonna get there, but when? You know,
right? I would think it'd probably take a couple years.
Yeah, it's great. It's got to, and kudos to them, man, because that's dude. Like, who wants to go through all that shit, like all that data, and just you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm
I'd
like,
rather just pull.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, but whatever, man. As
Right.
bad man is able to train and still be as bad as he is and do all that. Kudos to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Brzenk and Petrenko, man, John Brzenk is a freaking beast. Like
That's what I'm saying, man.
that dude is just unfreaking believable, man.
Going back to that video like 2 years ago when he was like, somebody asked him like, "Do you think you'll ever retire?" And he was like, "I ask myself every day." He's like, "Why do I keep doing this? Why?" And I'm like, "This is why, John, because you're beating everybody half your age that's supposed to be the best in the world right now, and you're like,
Right.
and you're supposed to be playing golf."
Dude, he basically came off the couch and beat Chance.
Off the couch.
You know what I mean? And Chance
Yeah.
is good. Chance is a great puller.
This
Like,
is a great puller. That was a perfect. That set the tone right there. That was a
yeah,
great come off the like just boom. You
yeah,
know?
that guy, man. I hope he stays in it a while longer. It'd be a dream match for me if I
Yeah,
was ever able to even get the chance to grip up with him, man. I mean,
dude. Right.
it'd be it'd be a dream, man.
I don't like
You know?
I freak out during like matches now and don't like I still kind of I go in with a game plan and then I get up there and I'm like totally going off game plan. I can only imagine what it would be like to go up and have a game plan. And but once you grip up with John, it's just like, oh shit. Like
Right.
top
Yeah.
rope hook. What is that? Yeah.
I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
But
Ricky
yeah,
Bobby.
I mean,
What do with my hands?
I'd like to see maybe him and dang, what's his name? He just pulled Prunick.
Prunick, yes. Do
I
they
like
have
to.
anything set up for John yet?
I don't think so. I don't
I
think
remember
so.
Zaplenkov called him out, and that's supposed to happen at King of the
That
Table.
might be, yeah, that might be it.
Is that confirmed yet? Are they for sure doing that?
And I haven't seen any confirmation on it now.
That's gonna be sick, dude. This last East versus West was the most stacked card. But if
Yeah.
John pulls Zaplenkov, that's gonna be the most bought pay-per-view.
Oh yeah.
It's gotta
yeah.
be. And did you see the way John, like I know I'm getting off topic, but the way John fucking like I looked like he was playing with Alex Credecha.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
John's insane, man.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, actually, no. I would like to see him rewind and pull what's his name, Angarbayev again.
yeah, they're gonna run that back. They
Yeah.
have to.
Because John was like he was sick and whatever,
Yeah.
had a fever and all.
Yep.
He smoked him first round, so I don't know if he just ran out of energy.
Smoked him. I think after that he was not ready for Angarbayev's because dude, them Kazakh guys are so fast.
Yeah.
And I think round one, pulling John kicked in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's round one, you're pulling John, shit, you know? And then round two, that Kazakh speed, man, he was able to just get out enough to get John away from him.
Right.
And, you know, and then Angarbayev being younger and able to like, cause Greg, my training partner, Greg, he does that like just over hit shit. And
Yeah.
it feels like it never dies down. It doesn't get weaker. Like the last hit is just as strong as the first hit. And
Right.
that's what I don't think John was prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and Angarbayev was just able to keep driving, and John, it was just too much. Like it never let up. The pressure wasn't different from the first hit than the last hit.
Right. Right. Yeah. So anyway, what's your next match after we went Paul in, we went Petrenko?
Paul in, that's 8, 9 is Brzenk. I didn't write 10 down. So I after this, I have number 11, but I don't have any. I only have one more. Oh no, here. Ravaz versus Artem Morozov.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's match 10.
Morozov, man.
3-1 Morozov.
Rivas is proved himself against Michael Todd.
Yeah,
and,
he looked good this match too.
And he looked good first round.
He looked way better in this match first round than he did against Michael Todd.
Yeah.
Like he looked crisper. He looked, and let's be honest, during that whole thing, he like even during the interview process and stuff, he looked like he was half asleep and shit. Yeah, I remember that. They were even making jokes about it. They were like, "This guy looks like he's half asleep, man."
Right.
But he looked like he was more, settled in, ready to go. And that round one, I was like, boom, this rave ass guy is about to make a name.
Yep. And then Morozov, came back. But I think Morozov, dude, he might be the guy. You know what I mean?
He might be the guy that can test Levon.
Yeah. Maybe not
he still
yet.
has a lot of room to gain size too.
Yeah, maybe not yet, but
no, yeah.
Give
We're
me a year.
talking, yeah, he's an investment. He's like, year or two.
Yeah,
he's an investment kind of guy.
But
I had big hopes for
that guy.
I had big hopes for Kardeccia too. I still have hopes for him. I'm just starting to see some other guys pop up, younger guys.
Yeah.
Genetic animals, and Kardeccia is a genetic animal, but it's like these other guys are just different. Morozov is just different, man. When that guy flexes, I'm like, he's just one of them dudes. You're like, whatever you want, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Chafee and Hermes.
Yeah. I have my boy Chafee, man.
I did too.
Being relentless.
Dude, and I can't stand Hermes, man. You know what I mean? I just I used to really not like him, but he's actually become kind of funny.
Yeah, so, I like it. I like him, his humor. Yeah.
Like anybody that Hermes pulls, I pull for the other guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, I mean, I guess he's been funnier lately, and see them guys all laughing and stuff. He's
I'm warming up to him, and I think for a while he was making himself the outcast. He didn't want to get a part of the arm wrestling clique, and like he was an arm wrestler, but he didn't want to be a part of that arm wrestling limelight with the shit talk and all that stuff. But then, that's where that's the route arm wrestling is taking, and it has to.
That's how you get matches.
If we want it to grow and we want it to become something, we have to, in order for that to happen, we have to have people to come watch. We have to have people to come pay for tickets and see stuff, people to invest in it, and they have to be entertained. So you have to start doing stuff to cater to them,
Right.
And that's why I keep telling everybody, like, we need more characters and stuff, man. And the cool thing about our sport is we can make it like wrestling. It can be wild and obnoxious and shit talking and this and that. But when it comes down to it, the shit on the table is real. Like we can make cool storylines and stuff, And but when it comes down to it, the pulling is fucking real. Like we're trying to smash each other.
Oh yeah.
That's to me, that's what separates us from wrestling. And you see how wrestling is so big,
Yeah.
I honestly feel like we could get it to that. And with this new production stuff, like, have you seen that stuff that Devin and Coach Ray was on? Like, it was like a team thing. It was like Team Devin versus Team Coach Ray. And it was over there in a different countries.
Yeah.
It was like an underground fight thing. It was badass. I was like, dude, if they had a season of this, I would sit and binge watch it. I would pay for it,
Yeah.
They need to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
And this Iron House thing with Neil, it's dope.
Yeah, no doubt. It's great. I mean, arm wrestling is better. It's better now as far as like production, quality matches, all that type of stuff. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
And I say better because more people are able to see it. So this definitely it's headed in the right direction. So,
and I'm not saying I don't know how to do this, but I do. In my opinion, this is what is one of the things that has to happen. I don't know how we're going to do this because arm wrestling thrives off it, but we have to get arm wrestling out of the bar scene.
Yeah.
Like all these promoters making their events at fucking bars and stuff. Like we
Okay,
have to get out of that bar room mentality if we're gonna get it to blow up. And like I said, we're in the right process. Ingen, Larry, and all them, Neil Pickup, they're doing that. That kind of stuff needs to happen. But and also in this, I don't know how that's gonna happen because you also us little guys have to have something too, you know.
right.
And we're not going to get invited to Neil's thing, but I don't, like I said, I don't know how that's going to happen. I just know if we're going to make it big, that's how it has to happen.
Yeah, for sure. And it needs to stay away from what the Arm Wrestling Uncensored is doing, in my opinion, on Facebook.
Yeah.
Them guys are doing like, you know, who can win being the drunkest match. And
Yeah.
yeah, they're doing there's all kinds of stupid stuff, man. I'm just like, you know, that's making a sport regress, not progress.
Well, the only, like one of the things that gets me is like, I've put like over 2 years of my life into this shit. Like argued with my wife to go to like tournaments and shit, like fun arguments, you know, like cute shit. But it's like time away from my family to train and just dedication. And I see people like Damon and them getting fucking $1,000 matches. And I'm like, what the hell? Paid trips out there. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah,
that's not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah. I ain't gonna talk too much junk about it, but you know, not really Damon, but you know, like, well, Damon Ransom. Yeah. But I mean, it's no disrespect to him, but I mean, you know, being this fresh into it and inexperienced, you just need to worry about training and getting table time. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's not about side pressure and 170 pounds because I'm not doing that. I don't know how he does it.
It means you can't put it correlated to the table. Yeah. And one of the biggest things from this whole situation with them is that it irked my nerves is like, I've met the best people in the world through this sport, but I also seen the same group of people, not the people that I've met, it's people that I haven't met, but in the same community, watch a person who obviously he's either the biggest troll or he's mentally unstable. Right. And they watched him get robbed of $1,000 from a national level puller. When Michael Newman or Newsom, whatever, arm wrestled him for $1,000. Like this kid took a train to Florida, and like, dude, that rubbed me wrong, man. Like I couldn't take $1,000 from the kid.
Nah, no way.
Like he came to you, you didn't lose nothing. Like if y'all were in a war, if he came down there and ended up being in a war and he shocked you, take that fool's money. Yeah. Like he came down there and you knew what was going to happen and it happened. Yeah. You should have said, keep your money, man. Stay here for another day or two, get you a hotel instead of me taking the money. Since I'm not taking the money, you go buy a hotel for 2 more nights and come pull with me. Come train with me. Let me teach you. Yeah. That would have been a whole nother ball game. But no, they took his fucking money. And I know he didn't pay for a little bit and stuff like that, but still, it's like, bro, regardless. And then they try to talk shit because he didn't have the money there and stuff like that. And I'm like, the guy's not all there. He didn't think he probably needed the money because he thought he was about to come and smash your ass. Right. Because he can fucking do 120 pounds of side pressure. Like, yeah. He was probably like, he was like, I'm gonna go down there on this train, smash this fool, get this money, come back. Yeah. Be good. No.
Well, I think he's pulling like Wayne Withers or somebody. No, not Wayne. I don't remember. He's like the Baltimore area. So I don't know who would be up there. I think that's
who's pulling him?
That's who he's pulling with, them Baltimore guys.
Oh yeah. When he goes out there. And they and that says a lot about Wayne and them and that guy. Like helping him out. Like
I don't think it was Wayne that was in. I think Wayne's in what, Mississippi, right?
Mississippi, yeah.
I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it's the guy that just pulled Tim Breslin not too long ago. And they had that argument about getting paid the money and.
Oh yeah. Oh, Waylon Phillips.
Morocco.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dave Morocco.
I think I'm not 100%, but he's up that way. You know what I mean? And I think it's But
Oh yeah. See, and that just says a lot. Like they're trying to help. He obviously loves the sport, man. You
yeah,
know, we
yeah.
want to help the guy. I'm not trying to rob him. I'm not looking for a quick lick, a little quick
Don't
come.
don't run them out of the sport. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly. If the kid's willing to invest
Help them.
$1,000 into the sport,
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure.
yeah.
Let's go to we got 4 left. Cobra and Hadar.
Oh yeah,
Um,
easy day for Hadar.
Yeah, I had Cobra.
I had Cobra too.
Yeah,
Was not
it's
expecting Hadar.
easy day for Hadar. Hopefully Cobra, that'll light a fire under Cobra. I'd like to see him come back.
Yeah, man.
Matt Mask and Sandris.
I
Man,
don't know. That was
I every time I watch Matt Mask pull, man, and I just hope that he's gonna win, man. And
me too.
he's not losing against shit guys. He's just,
Posters, yeah. I don't.
and
I just think Matt's a family man, and I think Matt has incredible talent. I just don't think I don't think he's pulled enough with other people. Honestly, I know he's gotten the pull with Devin and stuff, but I mean, I really don't know. Honestly, that match fucked me up, man. I did not see. Like, I know Saunders is good. Like, I know he's good, and I knew he was coming up, but I was not like Matt. It was not good. He was fucking like flexing Matt Mask, and I was like, I've never even seen Devin do that with Matt.
No, I hope Matt. I hope he keeps training, and I hope he comes back. And maybe I think frame wise, I mean he's a tall guy, but as far as like putting the weight on and stuff, I don't think he can do it as good as a lot of the super heavyweights. But let him compete at like 225.
Yeah, I think that's his best option, man. That's when he did best. That's when he was the most explosive. Yeah, he just doesn't look strong right now.
No. But I'd like to see him come back. Hermes and Morozov.
Bro, yeah, it's an easy day for Morozov. Hermes laid it down to him. Yeah.
Easy freaking day. I think it might have been different if Hermes, they call it adrenaline burn, you know what I mean? I think his first match against Dave, kind of burned that all up. And then this next match was just more like it's like me if I go through a tournament and I win right-handed and I beat a couple big names or something and I won the tournament, then you go back left-handed and you're just like,
yep, I don't care. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what we also call that? Post-nut syndrome.
Right.
Do something else? Nah, I'm done.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
And finally, Devin and Prudnick.
Oh yeah.
That was
God. I respect Prudnick as an arm wrestler, like, and he's one of the greats. But damn, I'm so glad to see Devin. That was old school Devin. I haven't seen Devin get behind his shoulder, like commit his shoulder like that since like WAL with Jerry Cataret.
Right.
Yeah, that was some Jerry Cataret, Devin Larrett shit. And he was like, dude, I lost my shit round 1 when they're in the setup, and he looks at Prudnick and he goes, "Did you fart, Prudnick?" He's like, "It's disgusting." I was like,
dude, it was great.
Oh, it was the best. That's the shit that I'm talking about right there. That's the stuff that I'm like, yeah, I'll pay $15-20 to watch matches like that.
So that was a great one, man. And
that was amazing.
He made it just look so easy.
Yes, sir. He had just gotten stem cells done. 6 weeks after Levon. And he did a video after the East versus West, and he was talking about it, man.
Right.
Got me thinking about some stem cells.
Yeah, maybe my left shoulder, man.
My right shoulder. I was like, because I don't want to go on a knife.
It's mirrored, so this is actually my left. Looks like my
shit,
left.
really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Well, because I got an Android, so if you do the face camera this
Oh
way,
yeah.
so this is my left hand.
Oh shit.
And it
It's
looks
right
like
on mine.
you could probably tell a size difference.
Oh, whoa.
My right's usually bigger. I train my left the same, dude, but they just don't.
Well, what's crazy is I obviously know you in person. Your left is a big arm, but I didn't realize the size difference.
Yeah.
But holy shit.
Yeah.
How are your hands? Are your hands different? Are your hands bigger?
Lengthwise, no, but my right is way thicker than my left.
I can see it like that just from you moving like that.
Yeah, it's just way thicker. I don't know if you could tell from here, but if you were to grip me up, you could tell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting to see a difference in my arms.
Right. Yeah.
Just a little bit, but it's weird though because I write left-handed.
Really?
Yeah, I write left-handed. My right hand is my strong arm. I throw a football with my right. I shoot basketball with my left. I kick with my right foot, but I jump off my left leg. I'm all kind of fucked up, man.
Yeah, I'm goofy footed too. I did a little bit of skateboarding back in the day, but my left foot was always on the back.
Yeah, that's how. I don't know if I told you about that yet, but I remember you saying you were skate. So I did all my tricks regular.
Yeah.
But I could sit on the board and do the tricks standing still, like playing skate, like a game of skate.
Right.
I would play skate doing one stance. But if I was riding or anything, my balance was better goofy footed.
Yeah.
So I could manual and ride better goofy, but I did all my tricks regular. I could not do any tricks goofy footed and riding.
I thought I was
but I
messed
couldn't
up.
ride either regular.
I thought I was messed up. You're worse.
I'm fucked up, yeah. So I never could do nothing. It was so hard. People were it was so weird because I could ollie just as high as all the other guys, the good skateboarders that I was around, standing still. But when it came to riding and do it, nope. Because I didn't ride the same way I did my tricks.
Right.
Yeah. I had to learn double what it took. And I was like, nah, I'm not that committed to learn how to ride goofy footed and regular.
Right. Well, we got to wrap this up here in a minute. I got 14% of my battery somehow.
Oh yeah, I'm learning low too.
Apparently this runs the shit out of your battery.
Yeah, dude. Well, we got one thing. We got one thing, man. The fucking Ryan the Bull versus Robbie fucking Russell, baby.
Oh man.
March 18th, 2023. The 23rd annual Tri-State Championships at 198 pounds, brother.
Dude, that's going to be I've been waiting for an opportunity, man. You know what I mean? And not just with Robbie, but really with anybody. And the Robbie Russell match has kind of been talked about a few times.
Yeah.
And it just never came about for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We've talked about the reasons, but I'm not going to say them on here. Just for one reason or another, it just never happened.
Yeah.
And so it was weird. Something came up today. My son was asking me if I was going to pull anybody or have a super match or something, and then Ray Jenkins messaged me 2 seconds after he said that, and I was like, "Oh, what does he want?" And then I figured that's what it was. I was hoping. And sure as shit, man. He's like, "Yeah, you want to pull Robbie?" And I was like, "Hell yeah."
Hell yeah.
And it's not that I think, it's not like I think I can kill him or nothing. It's an opportunity. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well,
I told you before.
It's not like you. What's that?
If I told you before, if somebody was like, "Look, will you pull a bond for $500?" Yeah. I'll pull him for I'll throw away $500 to pull him.
Easily.
You don't have
crispy $100 bills.
You'll never get any better at a sport unless you're challenging yourself, man.
Exactly. And everybody's Redmond's so much bigger than you. Why are you pulling outside of your weight, 2 weight classes above you? And I'm
Who
like,
cares?
who cares?
Who
I was like,
cares?
it's a win-win for me. Why wouldn't I? That's like somebody saying, that, that's like these little challenges. They're like, if you can lift this weight, you'll win this money. Why wouldn't you try to lift it? You
Right.
might fucking lift it and win
Yeah.
$1,000,
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was
That's
it was a win-win. I get to pull somebody who I respect, a good friend of mine I love. Um, like I get to be a part of a great event.
yeah.
You were
Yeah.
gonna be there. I get to be around you and get to learn from you. You were in my corner. It was a win-win for me. If I won left-handed, I was gonna be nationally ranked in a
Yeah.
weight class bigger than what I am, but I would have been nationally ranked. Yeah. And then right-handed, I could have moved up a spot in the state rankings, and
Yeah.
it would have just looked good for me. It was a win-win. There was no lose. I wasn't losing positions and rankings or anything,
No.
and there
Well,
was no
that's
money involved. It was, and
well,
let's
that's
be
nice.
honest, nobody else would take the match with him.
Yeah. I mean, that's
He
nice.
tried to find a left-handed match. Nobody would take it. He tried to find his right-handed match, backed out. So it was
Yeah.
like, he asked me one time, and I was like, yeah. And it originally started out just left-handed, and then his right-handed match fell through, and I was like, he hit me up, and I was like, yeah, yeah, okay, cool.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like when I'm pulling Robbie, you know what I mean? And I think he's ranked 7th. I think he's ranked 7th in North America right hand
Yeah,
for 198. And I've been going to these tournaments hoping I'd run into some of these ranked guys. Like going to Alabama States last year, I went undefeated, but Justin Bishop was there. He didn't pull. Cody Franklin was there. He didn't pull.
yeah,
Josh Bishop was there. He didn't pull. You know what I mean?
yeah.
There was a bunch of the only. I mean, I pulled Dan Mosier, but
If there's ever anybody that fucking deserves a shot, we're not even talking like a world title match here. We're talking rankings
yeah,
in the
just
U.S.
yeah,
Yeah. If
yeah,
anybody deserves a match against somebody to get them like that could possibly give them an opportunity to get their name out there, it's you, man. You've put in the time, the money, the effort, like the
appreciate
fucking
it, man.
grind and
Yeah,
everything. Like there's no, this should have not like I'm saying, not with Robbie, with any fucking body
yeah,
that's
yeah.
no, that's somebody. This should have been happened. Like,
Right. And I mean,
and I'm
I feel like you know, I feel like I know where I'm at somewhat for the most part, just
yeah,
because I've had several opportunities against
yes.
uh, Adam Rosinski,
And
and
he pulled through. He's pulled almost everybody.
yeah, and he's pulled almost everybody. So I know, and I know that I fall into the mix somewhere. I just don't know where. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Oh yeah, everybody
So
knows.
whether it's 7th, we'll find out in March.
Yeah. Oh, for
whether
sure.
whether it's 8th, 10th, 3rd.
But
I mean,
we know everybody that knows you knows that it's you're in that fucking top 10 mix.
and I feel like I am too.
Yeah.
And I just, like I said, I mean, there just haven't really been any other opportunities just pulling at them.
Yeah.
We pulled each other so much. I mean, it's just like it's just another day in the office. You know what I mean? I kind
Yeah.
of know how the match is going to go, and
Yeah.
we end up. Like I said, we've had a minute and 20-second matches, and
Yeah.
I mean, I just need a shot at somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all that's saying is that you guys are progressing at the same rate. You can't learn from pulling from the same person over and over. And nobody wants
Right.
to keep committing their time to something, to getting the same outcome. That's the definition of insanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
doing the
and
same thing over and over and over and getting the same outcome, but you continue to do it. Like, you're not crazy. You're not going to continue to fucking do that.
like
Mhm.
the past that me and Adam have, and I know obviously I can't beat him, so he's ahead of me. I know that.
Yeah.
Is he's going all over the United States now, all over the
Mhm.
world, and he's just beating people. He's beating
Mhm.
people easier than he beats me. Um,
But these
so
people have fucking like world known
Right.
track records.
So my thing is like he's going across and beating all these people, and I'm not traveling as much, but still competing and definitely training. And
Mhm.
every time we meet up, it's kind of we're still the same distance apart
Exactly. Yeah.
than we were the first time. So I feel good about my training, obviously.
Yeah. Y'all are
Um,
progressing at the same. He's obviously making leaps and bounds, but so are you, because nothing is changing between y'all's outcomes.
right. And if you put Adam
It
on
can be
a,
worse, and then if anything, I feel like it's getting more of a technical chess match type shit.
yeah, right.
Huh.
I have,
Because
I
if
have,
you
no,
make
I
the
have no,
wrong move, it could be even worse. It could
yeah,
be
yeah,
longer. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I have new ideas every time I pull them.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, exactly. And
but no,
that's another thing that sucks about the sport is like there's like this, like right now, you have to wait. Sometimes you have to wait so fucking long to get that chance to try something new, to do something else. You already
right,
have to wait almost 5 years for your body to even morph into an arm wrestler.
right,
And then you got to wait another 3 years to get a shot at doing something. That's eight
right.
years right there. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's
No,
that's that's middle school and high school football.
I'm just telling you, I'm going to take this opportunity and seize it. I worked out yesterday and was just kind of like a little rehab to get ready for practice coming up. And I came in here today. I wrote down a new program,
Yeah.
at least for today,
Yeah.
and I hit that shit hard.
It was
And
crazy because I just talked to you this morning and we were just talking about like you deserve a fucking opportunity. And then
yes, see, while I was talking to you, my son was asking me too about, because Tara's like, "Who are you talking to?" I was like, "I'm talking." I was talking to Ike too
yeah,
on Messenger, so I was like just talking about arm wrestling or whatever. And then yeah, I think I just quit talking to you, and then it's like Lorray messaged me, and I was like, "Oh, this might be it,"
yeah,
And hey, it is.
there
And
you go.
like I said, I mean, I'm gonna go in there best shape I've ever been in,
Yeah, we
and
know that.
best version of myself. And if it's enough, it's enough. If not, then guess what? You dust it off. You get back in the damn shit, and you start training even harder. And
Bro,
if it's possible to train harder, and
you
then you just
fucking
try it
you
again. You know what I mean?
I if anybody can vouch for you
Light is bad.
working hard at like, and you got me so, like my match with Redmond, like I just came over to you at one point because I saw where the match was going, and you knew I was frustrated, and you got me so fucking fired up. You said, "What does it make you want to do tomorrow?" But he's like, "What are you going to do tomorrow?" And I was like, "Fucking train." And you were like, "You're damn right." And I was like,
Right?
"Bro, yeah, I was
There's no other.
like,
There's no other answer.
no."
Right?
And it was
There's
that
no
that
other
I
answer.
mean, I knew just how lucky I was like before that, but it was then I was like, it just sealed the deal that it was a win-win for me, man. You know?
Right? Yeah, no
Yeah, I was
doubt.
like this, no, regardless, like if any this, I could look at it in so many positive ways. Like, yeah, I lost, but it fired me up, you know?
That's right. That's
Like,
right.
yeah, I appreciate
But
it, man. Yeah,
uh,
you got me through that.
oh yeah, man. Like, there's no other option. You can sit
No,
there. You can sit there and whine and say, "Oh man, I didn't win. I can't believe it." Blah blah
yeah,
blah. Or you can just shut the hell up. Like I've done
put
all
the
my
work in.
losses. Don't say shit to nobody. Put in the work. Boom. Guess what? You go out there and try it again. A month
That's it.
later, 2 months later, a year later.
Different outcome.
But I'm gonna cut you off, man. I got 3%. I don't want to cut off in the middle of this, but it was good. Good the first video, man. I'll
Dude, hell yeah. Hey, there's gonna be plenty more.
yes,
We,
sir.
we appreciate everybody. Give a like and a subscribe and let us know
Okay.
what you want to see next.
That's right. All right, guys.
Peace.
Later.
Later, bud.